management and members of staff, our dear beloved parents, our dear proud ones for today, ladies and gentlemen, chief guest, on behalf of management of Buganda Royal Institute of Business and Technical Education, and on my own behalf, I take this opportunity to warmly welcome you here, sir. In a special manner, we thank you for gracing our 18th graduation ceremony. Allow me, batikkiddwa, to register our sincere gratitude to you for your invaluable support and guidance to this great institution, besides accepting invitations to preside over our graduation ceremonies. We cannot take this for granted, rather a clear gesture of your resolve to restore our kingdom back at the helm, with all sectors functioning to the expectations of His Majesty Ssaabasajja Kabaka. Your support has indeed enabled us move mountains. Guests of honor, sir, allow me to welcome our other distinguished guests from Ssaabasajja Kabaka's government, the central government, local governments, and our partner institutions who have joined us here today to celebrate our 18th graduation ceremony. We thank you all for accepting our invitation and for gracing this occasion. Chief guest, permit me to welcome in a special way at this graduation ceremony Honorable Nyombi Tembo, the Executive Director of Uganda Communications Commission. We thank you, Honorable Nyombi, for accepting our invitation and sparing time off your busy schedule to be with us here today. In the same breath, sir, permit me to welcome the Right Reverend Elia Paul Luzinda, Bishop Emeritus, Mukono Diocese. Bishop Luzinda, you are most welcome. We thank you for accepting our invitation. We are sorry we missed your prayer, but we got it from your colleague. Batikkiddwa, it is our institute culture to request various religious denominations to preside over prayer moment every graduation ceremony. The Catholic Church led the prayer last year and the Muslims the other year. This year's slot was for the Church of Uganda. Allow me, batikkiddwa, to convey our sincere appreciation to Namirembe Diocese, in particular the newly consecrated Bishop, the Right Reverend Moses Banja, who is not with us today due to competing demands, but sent us Bishop Emeritus Elia Paul Luzinda. We are very grateful to the Church of Uganda and all other religious leaders who have presided over our previous graduation ceremonies. Guests of honor, sir, permit me to welcome and also congratulate Oweekitiibwa Kootida Nakate Kikomeko, Minister of Social Services and the Office of the Nabagereka. Oweekitiibwa Nakate, we warmly welcome you into the service of the education sector of the Kingdom, and we are glad to have you as our lead minister. As Buganda Royal Community, we pledge our total support to you in pursuance of Ssaabasajja Kabaka's assignments, and we shall work tirelessly with you to ensure that Kabaka's subjects acquire the practical knowledge and skills that match the current and future market demands. Oweekitiibwa Katikkiro, allow me to report to you that in just less than 6 months in office, Buganda Royal Institute has already harvested fat from Oweekitiibwa Nakate's efforts. timely counsel and support from Oweekitiibwa Court Leader. We thank you, Oweekitiibwa Nakate, and look forward to much more guidance and support from you. Is our council under the stewardship of Dr. Kasozi Mulindwa. With your permission, sir, may I request members of the Governing Council to step forward for recognition. Oweekitiibwa Katikkiro and your cabinet, thank you for rewarding this Kabaka's institution with a credible council. As you could be aware, Chief Guest, most institutions struggle to replace their chief executive officers wherever they leave for one reason or the other. But allow me to report to you that Buganda Royal is among the very few institutions that have had a smooth transition from the outgoing to the incoming principal. Partly because of the team spirit, but majorly because of the prowess of our governing council in corporate governance and wise counsel from Oweekitiibwa Nakate. Under Dr. Kasozi's stewardship, there has always been and only one option for management: doing things the right way. Chief Guest, we cannot therefore find suitable words to befit the contribution of Dr. Kasozi and his team towards the success of Buganda Royal Institute. Dear Dr. Kasozi and council members, you've been there for us. We are confident that you'll always stand by us and our Kabaka in all the present and future engagements, including the Kakeka land suit that is going on right now in the land division of the High Court. Only God can appropriately reward your dedication to this institution. Oweekitiibwa Council Dorothy Kabugo, the chairperson of Appointments, Welfare and Discipline Committee, and Omulangira Jemba William, the deputy principal, are not part of this graduation ceremony because they are attending court right now. We pray for the best. To our esteemed dear parents and guardians, sacrifices you've made to support our graduates ever since they started the school until today. Much as these young men and women are passed out today, they remain your lovely sons and daughters who still need your parental guidance as they transit from school to the world of work, either as own employers or employees in whichever enterprise they'll find jobs. Chief Guest, today we shall be presenting to you a total of 1,379 graduates who have undergone thorough training in various disciplines and duly met the requirements for graduation at diploma and certificate levels. But before we do so, I wish to inform you that a lot has happened at the Institute between now and the last time you visited us on the 27th of January, 2023. Allow me, sir, to report on some. Chief Guest, on the 1st of August 2023, His Majesty Ssaabasajja Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II decided to elevate the then Principal, Dr. Anthony Wamala, to the position of Minister of Culture, Palaces, Tombs and Tourism, Buganda Kingdom. This appointment brought us joy and happiness as we saw our very own rise through the kingdom ladders to catch the attention of His Majesty Ssaabasajja Kabaka. This did not only promote the person of Dr. Wamala, but the entire institute. We are very grateful to His Majesty for this appointment. We are aware of the central role which Oweekitiibwa Dr. Wamala played in the transformation of this institute from a little known to an enviable establishment. Oweekitiibwa Dr. Wamala, we wish you God's blessings in your new assignment and have no doubt that you'll shine forever. Chief Guest, although Dr. Wamala left Buganda Royal, we wish to reiterate our resolve as management to ensuring that all of us remain focused on the vision, core values, and objectives of the Institute. Oweekitiibwa Dr. Wamala had nurtured a competent team of men and women who can never betray His Majesty Ssaabasajja Kabaka, his government, and his subjects at large. Chief Guest, sir, it is on this note that I humbly express my sincere gratitude to His Majesty Ssaabasajja Kabaka for the trust which he put in me as the new principal of this institute. All I can promise is the best of service. Guests of honor, sir, allow me to report to you that our institute has strengthened the compliance with the statutory requirements of the National Council for Education. National Council is a government body responsible for regulating degree and diploma awarding institutions in Uganda. This council requires universities and tertiary institutions to regularly review and update the academic programs every after 5 years. In compliance, allow me to report that all our diploma programs were reviewed, updated, and resubmitted to National Council for Education for accreditation. In addition, the process of securing final classification of our institute from National Council is in advanced stages. Chief Guest, sir, government also requires all BITVET institutions to sit for national examinations set by the Uganda Business and Technical Examinations Board as a way of enhancing standardization, room for further education, and the competitiveness of candidates after school. Even when our programs are accredited by National Council for Education, it only remains prudent for our candidates to sit for national examinations. To this effect, sir, allow me to report to you that all our candidates who were due for WUBTEB examinations last year sat for these examinations. To be specific, a total of 2,567 candidates sat for WUBTEB exams in November 2023, setting an unprecedented record in the history of Buganda Royal Institute. I would like to thank the parents who met the costs for these national examinations. Oweekitiibwa, our institute fully embraced modularized training in compliance with the new syllabi for BITVET institutions. This training approach requires that all students should train in a given module and be assessed at the end of every module to enhance practical competences. In consideration of the evolving world of work and changes in curricula, our institute has continuously supported the strengthening of staff capacity to appropriately respond to the changing realities. Most notably, the institute organized a series of staff workshops on the newly adopted modularized training, while other staff took on further training to enhance their capacity. To mention but a few, Mr. Sekwanda Henry, Head of Department, Education, Communication, graduated with a master's degree in ICT, the bias in business education. Mr. Kanakulia Henry, the Head of Department, Non-Formal Training, and Mr. Sevington Christopher graduated with a bachelor's degree in Technical Teacher Education. Mr. Cheso Herbert, our sign language facilitator, graduated with a bachelor's of arts in community development and reconciliation, while other staff graduated with higher and ordinary diplomas. Oweekitiibwa, allow me to report to you that the Institute has upheld its responsibility to the Kingdom as its founder. You could be aware, the Kingdom of Buganda signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Directorate for Industrial Training in 2021 to mobilize Ssaabasajja Kabaka's subjects who are desirous of certifying their skills throughout the Kingdom. Buganda Royal was assigned the responsibility to implement the MOU on behalf of the Kingdom. In this regard, allow me, sir, to report to you that a total of 398 candidates have been assessed successfully and certified by DIT as of 2023. In addition, the Institute, in collaboration with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Talents, has planned to roll out community-based DIT assessments for youth in all the 18 counties of Buganda as part of the activities to mark the Institute's Silver Jubilee this year. It is to reach at least 10 counties by the climax of the Silver Jubilee celebrations, although the program will continue to cover all the 18 counties. On this note, Oweekitiibwa, allow me to report to you that the success of this program will partly rely on the proactiveness of the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Talents, Buganda Kingdom, Masaza chiefs, some of whom are present today here. I've seen Oweekitiibwa Kasuju and Oweekitiibwa Kitunzi, and members of Buganda Youth Council who are also part of today's graduation ceremony. Chief guest, in the year 2023, the Institute continued to source for development partners with shared goals. Notable among them are the Norwegian Refugee Council, which sponsors refugees to undertake training in tailor-made courses. The Governing Council guided management to pass out the Norwegian Refugee Council sponsored trainees as part of today's graduation. Oweekitiibwa, I'm happy to report that the Norwegian Refugee Council renewed our Memorandum of Understanding and also increased sponsorship from 50 trainees to 200 trainees for a 6-month short course training that started in October 2023. Oweekitiibwa, allow me to recognize the presence of the representative of the country director of the Norwegian Refugee Council, Mr. Augustus Rubahika, the education officer. He's here with us. You are most welcome. And Mr. Milton Semire, the education technical assistant, who is also with us today. The International Refugee Council signed a 5-year Memorandum of Understanding to sponsor the disadvantaged and vulnerable persons to acquire skills. We graduated their vast batch of trainees and are awaiting the next group. We thank members of the IRC and allow me in a special way to recognize the presence of Ms. Vitaline Ajambo, the Economic Recovery and Development Manager of IRC, and Mr. Moses Odokonyera, the Senior Programs Manager of IRC. You are most welcome. We are also grateful to other partners like Cheshire Services Limited, who supported 70 students, Julia Lule Foundation that supports the deaf students, some of whom are part of this graduation ceremony, the Kabaka Education Fund that supports over 300 students every year, Unbound Uganda Limited, Back to the Bible Truth, Missionaries of the Poor, New Hope, Source Children's Village, Show Mercy, Compassion Uganda, among others. Chief guest, allow me to report to you that we have sustained good relations with various religious denominations in Uganda. As you may recall, the Supreme Mufti Sheikh Muhammad Galabuzi led the prayer moment at our graduation ceremony in 2022, and Reverend Father Musukurumu in 2023. Allow me, sir, to report to you that this institute hosted the Archbishop of Kampala, the Most Reverend Paul Semogerere, in February last year. Archbishop Paul Semogerere preached a message that touched the souls of many of our staff, students, and the neighbors, besides officiating the opening of the Institute Art Gallery. In the same breath, the Institute was delighted to host Archbishop Augustine Kasuja Pope Nuncio, who presided over the prayer moment at the farewell of Oweekitiibwa Dr. Wamala. Right here with us today is Bishop Emeritus Elia Paul Zinda. All of this is a clear indication of the trust which the various religious denominations have in the Institute. Chief guest, our staff and students have continuously maintained discipline and actively participated in several self-help and community-based projects. We thank the students' leadership under the stewardship of the Guild President, His Excellency Waiswa Cornelius, for this good conduct. We also appreciate members of various students' associations like Baganda Nkoba Zambogo, the Western Students Association, the Eastern Students Association, among others, for always spearheading community-based programs. Guests of honor, permit me to report to you that this year the Institute will be celebrating 25 years of consistent service delivery to Ssaabasajja Kabaka subjects. Accordingly, the Governing Council dedicated the entire year for Silver Jubilee celebrations. The celebrations comprise a series of activities largely in form of social corporate responsibility to the public that has stood with us for the last 25 years. Notable among other activities, Council approved the gesture of giving back to humanity, where a 10-day short course training program codenamed Kabaka Gabudde was launched in December 2023 and implemented between 8th to 19th January 2024, free of charge to all participants. This program attracted a total of 320 participants of diverse characteristics, including the adolescents, youth, and old, who undertook hands-on training in seven selected disciplines, namely bakery, hairdressing, computer applications, elementary tailoring, makeup, pedicure and manicure, general motor vehicle servicing, and concrete making. Oweekitiibwa, the Institute was delighted to have two Kabaka's ministers inspecting course participants during the training. To be specific, Oweekitiibwa Salong Robert Serwanga, Minister of Youth and Sports Talents, visited the trainees on the 17th of January 2024, and Oweekitiibwa Kotida Nakate, our line minister, visited the trainees on the 15th of January 2024 and came back again on the 19th of January to preside over their pass-out ceremony. To us, this is a clear testimony of your commitment and the entire cabinet towards Buganda Royal and the socio-economic transformation of Ssaabasajja Kabaka subjects. We thank you. Chief guest, in a special way, we thank Oweekitiibwa Nakate, who sponsored 17 participants from Busuju to participate in that training. Among other activities scheduled to mark the Silver Jubilee celebrations, the Institute has planned to roll out the implementation of the MOU between the Kingdom of Buganda and DIT to all the 18 counties, as I earlier mentioned. The Institute will work closely with the Ministry of Youth, Saza Chiefs and Buganda Youth Council to support this program beginning February this year. So many other activities will be implemented as part of the Silver Jubilee celebrations. On this note, Abayizi, may I request you, sir, that at the end of my speech, you accept to officially launch for us the Silver Jubilee celebrations 2024 under the theme, leveraging 25 years of excellence in BitVet. Abayizi, allow me to report to you that the theme we have chosen to guide the Silver Jubilee celebrations can only be achieved if the Institute is compliant with the current global trends. Chief Guest, you are much aware that the world has entirely embraced digital migration, and you are a seasoned advocate for productive adoption to utilization of ICT to enhance innovation, creativity, and competitiveness. In this breath, allow me to report to you, sir, that amid us today is the Executive Director of Uganda Communications Commission, whom we invited as our special guest at this graduation ceremony. Abayizi, Honorable Nyombi Tembo was not chosen randomly, but because of his resourcefulness and the institute he leads towards our direction for the next 25 years. Allow me also report to you that UCC and Honorable Nyombi in particular already supported us with the 40 computers which we currently use to train our students. As Buganda Royal Institute, we are very grateful to UCC and Honorable Nyombi Tembo. But as we launch our celebrations for Silver Jubilee, during which we intend to roll out a wider community, and in this digital era, we could not find any better special guest to invite than Honorable Nyombi Tembo. Dear Honorable Nyombi, we want to warmly welcome you once again and look forward to your moment on the day's program. Chief Guest, sir, it is our culture to recognize the best performing student every year. I'm delighted to report to you that 16 students got first class. And may I request them to stand up for recognition. Those who got first class, can you stand up? In particular, you can have a seat. In particular, allow me, sir, to present to you Miss Namakula Jessica, Diploma in Kindergarten and Infant Studies, who was the overall best student with a cumulative grade point average of 4.89. May I request you, sir, that at the end of my speech, you hand over a token of appreciation to Jessica for her wonderful performance. As I conclude, allow me, Abayizi, to convey my singular gratitude to my colleagues in management, staff, and our partners for having worked tirelessly as a team all the time. Dear team, because of your commitment and selfless contribution, we have again managed to send out competent men and women to go and serve humanity. The Institute may not be able to proportionately reward you, but I'm very sure that he who serves mankind books himself a golden seat in heaven. Thank you, team, and let us keep the spirit. Abayizi, I cannot leave this podium without a word of counsel to our dear graduates. Our dear graduates, we congratulate you upon your successful completion of your studies. What you have achieved today may seem normal to many, but to the contrary, you must be glad that we are not celebrating a mere award, rather the practical knowledge and skills that you have acquired. We therefore want to call upon you to make productive use of these skills to impact humanity. With your skills, go and conquer the world. The world will not celebrate you by the number of awards, but the challenges you'll have addressed with your knowledge and skills. We also implore you to understand that without integrity, humility, courteousness, accountability, contentment, innovativeness, and creativity, you will definitely turn into evils in the world of work and society at large. We congratulate you once again and wish you the very best as you begin off your new journey in life. You should know that learning is continuous. New things come and go, so endeavor to update your skills set, but most importantly, love your Kabaka and your God. I wish you nice celebrations.
Over 1,000 graduates here present. You have heard of other products that will come out, that have come out of this institute. So the bountiful harvest, I request everyone that would put our hands together and give glory to God for that. We want also to thank God that is making us remain purposeful for a quarter century. That is very important. You've had businesses fail in the first 5 years, in the 1 year, but here we are celebrating a quarter century. Please join me to thank God for that. The harvest has been realized because of the effective and strategic leadership of His Majesty, the Kabaka of Buganda, Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II, bringing about strong foundation for the education of his subjects. On behalf of the Ministry of Social Services and Office of the Nabagereka, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you, the Katikkiro of Buganda, and the entire cabinet for the policy formulation and oversight roles and ensuring that the establishments in Buganda, especially in the Department of Education, remain highly sought after. I would like, as I make my maiden speech, if you heard well, I was being congratulated for becoming the Minister of Education. And indeed, this is my maiden speech at a graduation at Bribet. In the previous graduations, I came in as a member of the Great Luchiko and in those other capacities. So as minister at Bribet graduation, I salute my predecessors for having ensured that this institute remains a going concern. The records indicate that Bribet's service to humanity in providing knowledge and skills goes beyond the borders of the kingdom as well as the country, Uganda. The leadership of the governing council and the chairmanship of Chevalier Dr. Sataninas Mulindwa is highly appreciated for providing appropriate guidance to management, since policies and programs relevant to the mandate of the Institute, as you heard from the principal, are being well implemented. And we learn with satisfaction that all the courses have undergone the process of accreditation by the National Higher Education. So there shouldn't be any fear from all those that would like to seek education and training from here that our courses are irrelevant. As I assumed office, dear Katikkiro, I was privileged that you gave me the mandate to institute new leadership in this institute. I would like at this moment to congratulate Oweekitiibwa Joseph Balikodembe for having been identified and appointed by the Ssaabasajja to take charge of his institute as head of management team. Permit me, our chief guest, before all the stakeholders here present, to greatly appreciate, or even more, I think, celebrate Oweekitiibwa Anthony Wamala for the committed service to this institute for close to 2 decades. Oweekitiibwa, we are very, very grateful. The educational programs, before you handed over, we witnessed great infrastructure, as you can see around. We have sustained high enrollment. The team spirit you've had, because if you see the new leadership is from within, and that means Oweekitiibwa Wamala trained leadership, and I request everyone to join me to thank him for that, because it is said that a great leader makes leaders, and you are one of them. You've heard that we have held the collaborations high. The principal mentioned all those the people that the institutions and NGOs that we are collaborating with. So you left behind that kind of competence of managing stakeholders. So this will act as a springboard for the current management team. We would like to thank the Ssaabasajja for having widened your service, Oweekitiibwa Wamala, and appointing you to manage the Culture, Palaces, Royal Tombs, Heritage, Security Ministry. We have the trust that all the stakeholders will see what they saw here and maybe even better. So we wish you very well in your new appointment. And now, as I turn to our dear graduates, gye muli muwubire Katikkiro, muwubire ku bazadde, abagenyi baffe abakulu bonna nga bwe babagambye mbakubira akalulu. So this is your message if you would like to be a little more attentive. if you'd like to be more attentive. Dear graduates, this graduation is not just a personal achievement, you've been told, but it's collective. And this will make our institute triumph. The kingdom and the community. It represents the fruits of collaboration. You know, the hands or the brains, the resources that have made you achieve what you've achieved. So let your spirit of knowledge and the spirit of innovation that is at the heart of thriving society be in you. You've already been told that this is a dynamic landscape of today's world. So the demand for skilled professionals in technical and business fields is always high. Your education has equipped you with tools and knowledge necessary to navigate the complexities of modern workplace. The combination of technical expertise and business acumen you have gained will undoubtedly open doors to exciting opportunities and enable you to contribute meaningfully to the workplace. Dear graduates, dear Mori, as you step into the next chapter of your lives, remember that learning is a lifelong journey. You've already been told, but we need to remind you. The world is evolving rapidly. I think you've heard things like artificial intelligence. So you want to go ahead of that. So success will favor those who embrace change, adapt to new technologies, and continue to enhance their skills. I encourage you to remain curious, stay informed, and never cease to pursue your knowledge. Bagraduates, gye muli, njagala mumpulirize bulungi ku kino. Mumanyi maama Nnabagereka kyaliko, si kya buntu bulamu. Obuntu bulamu kikulu nnyo. Obuntu bulamu kikulu nnyo. Ebbaluwa muzifunye, zijja kubatwala naye obuntu bulamu bwe bubasookanga mu maaso. Principal has told you the package of obuntu bulamu. So please, this is something that shouldn't be joked about. Parents and guardians, your support has been instrumental in the achievements we celebrate today. Your investment in the education has not only empowered these graduates, but has also contributed to the development of our nation's human capital. I want to thank you, dear parents, and if the students have appreciated, I request them to join me and we clap our parents again. Our chief guest, permit me to say something small about parenting this occasion. Yes, we've had these ones graduate here, they have gone through, but we have had a challenge that parents these days have very little time for their children. We do appreciate the career life that they undergo, but I request the chief guest to allow me to pass on this message that, dear parents, make it a project that you give time to the children to listen to them and give them those values and skills needed to live with a purposeful life. To the Governing Council and staff of our institute, I thank you for your commitment to excellence in education. Your guidance, mentorship, and dedication have played a crucial role in shaping the minds and futures of these graduates. Your contribution is commendable. I want, as I end, to thank God for this occasion to address this congregation and wish everyone that has attended or has given importance to this occasion to have safe journey back home and also have your endeavors well taken care of. Ssaabasajja Kabaka awangale.
Congratulations, Abagara, Bonobo Wanguzi, Wachasa, Bomuponye Mwejage, Bodigide and Solaneo.
It gives me great pleasure to stand before you today on this occasion of the 18th graduation ceremony of Buganda Royal Institute of Business and Technical Education. I'm indeed honored to join you, the graduates, parents, the students, community staff, and fellow guests,
in celebrating the conferral of various diplomas and certificates. I bring you warm greetings from Uganda Communication Commission, UCC, which is a government agency which regulates the communication sector, but most importantly and the most relevant aspect of UCC is our role of supporting universal access. Naddala okutwala ebyempuliziganya mu bitundu olumu ebitakola magoba gye tulina okubitwala okuba nti tusupportinga ku bannaffe ababikolamu amagoba. With this broad mandate, UCC is not only the regulator of the communication sector in Uganda, but also an enabler, a facilitator, and a promoter of the communication sector in general, especially through our universal Uganda Communication Universal Service and Access Fund ensemble. To deliver on this mandate, we work with the key partners and stakeholders, and I'm glad to reveal that Uganda Kingdom is one of our key partners. To show how important this partnership is to us, we went ahead and formalized it through a memorandum of understanding that we signed in 2024. This MOU has already produced results. As you are aware, Abayizi, this very institution, Buganda Royal Institute of Business and Technical Education, we've supported it with the 40-seater computer laboratory under our ICT in Education program. We've also connected this laboratory to the internet, where we pay for bandwidth on reducing scale sort of intervention. Bwe tusasulira emitimbagano ku masomero getuwa emitimbagano nga lino bwe twakola, tusooka tusasula 100 ku 100 omwaka ogusooka, omwaka ogwokubiri ne tulisaba lisasula 3 ne tusasula 7, omwaka ogwosatu ne tusasula 5 ne tusasula 5, ate oli ne tutambula ne tugenda n'awalala. Kitiibwa Katikkiro, bwe nze wano muto wange principal bwe yambuuliddeko ne ndaba phenomenal growth eri wano mu enrollment, tulowooza nti 40-seater lab eyinza okuba nga tekyamala bulungi, kubanga bwe mbaliriramu computer hours z'edelivaringa ndaba tezikyamala bulungi. Ngate ne computer lab gye twabawa ekozesa design gye tuyita ya thin client, eyamba nnyo mu kusoma okwangungu ne mu kusoma okuneneko okwetaagisa bandwidth ennene eyinza okuleeta obuzibu, ate nga tukimanyi nti no vocational training yeetaaga a lot of capacity. N'olw'ensonga ekyo mukama wange Katikkiro, under our memorandum of understanding, nzikiriza nti mpulidde era neerabirako n'agange, nja kuddayo nsabe bakama bange mbategeeze ekintu ekitwawa kirabika tekikyamala, ate bwe kiba tekikyamala kiba tekikyali relevant bulungi.
n'olwekyo bakambange nja basaba bakkirize twongere wano tuweewo gye tuyita public access center naye ng'eno yo ekozesa ze tuyita stand alone computers eza capacity enneneko ate era tusobole n'okufuna mbadde ngamba muto wange semusu principal senkusu principal nti tulina era njagamba bakama bange bakkirize kubanga vocational education tumanyi kyekola kikulu nnyo bakkirize tufune wano 3D printer kubanga yeeyo eri revolutionary mu bintu by'emikono abaana balaba ekintu n'akiteeka ku mutimbagano n'akisika n'akikuba ekifaananyi 3D printer n'ekikola nekivaayo nga bwe kifaanana n'akitunulako bw'aba mubazzi aba asobola okukibajja bw'aba wa byuma aba asobola okukikolako ku kyuma bulungi sube nti nno tosobola bakambange nja bagamba ate mmanyi nti bwe ntera bagamba tebatera kugaana bye mbagamba bajja kusobola okutuyamba tube nga tugenda mu maaso. From education aside, the MOU provides for the digital literacy and skilling initiatives, online training and ICT innovation. This is particularly aimed at empowering consumers of communication services that are outside the formal education structure, so as to bridge the digital divide. Last year we supported more than 3,000 youth in Buganda, and we have put aside this financial year Uganda shillings 500 million this financial year to scale up this intervention, mainly in central region of Buganda. All these interventions are ultimately geared towards promoting ICT usage in the country, because ICT is one of the sectors that the government of Uganda has identified among the pillars on which socio-economic transformation is anchored. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of education cannot be overemphasized. Education produces human resources that harness our natural resources for socio-economic transformation. Therefore, it goes without saying that there is no resource in the world that is greater than education. Mukama wange Katikkiro era tutegeera bulungi nnyo Buganda obwagazi bwerina ku bigambo by'okusoma. Okuviira ddala ku mulembe gwa jjajjaffe Ssekabaka Muteesa olubereberye bwe yayita abaminsani okujja wano, tujja tutresinga story eyo netugiraba Oweekitiibwa omugenzi Katikkiro Nsibirwa struggles ze n'okufunira Makerere University weeri kati ettaka. Tulaba struggle ezo through Kyambogo weetudde, tumanyi bulungi akakwata akaliwo between Kyambogo University weetudde ne institutions yeetolodde n'Obwakabaka bwa Buganda. N'olw'ensonga eyo twebaza nnyo amaanyi Ssaabasajja Kabaka agaateekamu. Ate naawe Katikkiro ssebo bwakulembera ttiimu n'ogenda mu Educational Review Commission ekulirwa omukulu Honorable Amanya Mushega n'owaayo ebirowoozo ng'ate nate ebirowoozo ebimu bye wawaayo bye byokulaba nno twongera vocational education. Ssebo ekintu ekyo kitwala for granted as government. Tulabira ddala nti nno naffe nga UCC bwe tuba tukola nammwe partnership tumanyira ddala nti nno tupataniringa n'abantu ekintu kye tukola kyekyo ekibali ddala ku mutima. Njagala nze obakubiza ekintu kimu nti buli lw'okugenda ku ddaala eddala litandika okukusaba ogenda ku ddaala eddala. Afunye certificate olwaleero tetukyakutunuulira nga atalina certificate, tugenda kutandika okutunuulira nga kati ali ku ddaala nti olina certificate oba olina diploma. Tukusaba ki ekiddako? Tukusaba degree. Bw'ofuna degree tuba tukusaba degree ekola ki? N'olwekyo nga Ssaabasajja Kabaka bwe yatugamba temubongoota lwakuba mutuuse. Bw'oba ofunye certificate sanyuka nnyo, tukole ebijjulo by'amaanyi, ate manya nti kakati otuuse ku ddaala tujagenda mu maaso okukolaganira awamu ne gavumenti ne programs ezitugatta naddala mu byenjigiriza n'okutumbula omutindo gwa communication ggwanga lyaffe. Ssaabasajja Kabaka awangaale.
I'd like to start by passing messages of congratulations to people who are new in the offices they occupy, starting with the Minister in charge of education, the Kabaka's government, Oweekitiibwa Nakate. This is her first time here as a Minister of Education in the Kabaka's government. She brings immense experience in the field of education, among others. So I've got no doubt in my mind that she will significantly contribute to our education pursuits in the kingdom. I congratulate O.H.T. Anthony Wamala, the Minister for Culture and Heritage, the immediate past principal of the Buganda Royal Institute. He oversaw impressive growth here, and I have no doubt in my mind that his talents will even shine brighter in the new assignment as a minister in the Kabaka's government. The new CEO, Joseph Senkusu, had a chance to work, to learn from those with experience, both in the council and management. Like he's just pledged in his speech, we only expect good returns from his stewardship of this institute. The chief guest can be described as a bride as far as being a CEO is concerned at the Uganda Communications Commission. He's very experienced in public affairs, no doubt. He's served as a minister once. He's been a member of parliament. He's been a political actor and has got experience where he is now. So it is very gratifying hearing him say he appreciates the collaboration we have with the institution that he heads. And as you heard from him, lots of things are going to come from his stewardship of UCC as far as we are concerned. You know, when somebody receives you in their homes, then they're your friends, aren't they? I've been to his home, in the village, not here in Kampala where everyone just easily goes. Deep in Singo. I've been there, I've been fed by his late mother and him. So he's my friend, and I'm happy that he's where he is at the moment. I'm delighted to be here today as we not only celebrate the remarkable achievements of our graduates, but also to commemorate the 25th anniversary of our institute. This occasion marks another significant milestone in our journey towards restoring Buganda's glory, when we expect our people to be at the forefront of social, economic, and political development. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the council, management, and staff for their dedication and contributions as we mark the Institute's Silver Jubilee. I want to thank you for training artisans under the program you named Kabaka Agabudde as we start celebrating the 25 years of this institute. Today, we see not just a graduating class, but a collection of individuals who have invested their time, dedication, and passion towards their education goals. Today they start a new chapter, equipped with the knowledge and skills imparted by this institution. So I call upon you to take a moment and reflect on your journey, the challenges you faced, the victories you celebrated, and the learning you undertook. And I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each graduate. Your hard work, perseverance, and commitment have brought you to this pivotal moment of your lives. And I believe you are the embodiment of the excellence that the kingdom strives for. And I'm confident that you will carry that spirit forward as you venture out in the world. Like those who spoke before me, I invite all of you to thank and acknowledge the vision of our King when it pleased him to start this institute. But I also salute the council members and members of the teaching and non-teaching staff who have played a key role in shaping the success of this institute over the last 25 years. Their commitment to education, innovativeness, and creating an enabling environment has greatly contributed to the achievements we celebrate today. We all know that the future of any society depends on the caliber of its youth. And equipping the youth with knowledge and skills is a result of intentional efforts. Hence, I express my gratitude to all the partners who have rendered us support here at Buganda Royal Institute as we endeavor to skill the generations of the future. Key among them is Uganda Communications Commission, as you heard. And there is an institute in Nakawa called, no, not UCC, the Directorate of Industrial Training, DIT, among others. Vocational institutions provide training geared towards producing hands-on workers who can innovate on their own. The country needs people who are practical, whose personal skills can earn them a living. But hear me out. I intentionally avoid calling upon you to go out and create jobs. I intentionally avoid that. Because you need to work with those who have experience in the field where you have acquired skills first. In any case, every successful enterprise must employ workers to serve in its different departments. So the talk about being job creators skips the need for anyone with skills like you to acquire experience first before they venture out on their own. Having said that, I call upon you to work hard and to use these newly acquired skills to add value wherever you may be. The 25th anniversary of the Institute is a testament to the institution's objective of transforming lives and making a positive impact on society. At this stage, as we mark 25 years of this institution, we should envision what we wish to achieve in the next 10 to 25 years and then plan accordingly. That's the task on the hands of the Management Council, of the Governing Council, and of management. Dear graduates, as you embark on the next phase of your journey, remember the values instilled in you by this institute. Be curious, be resilient in the face of challenges, continue to learn, continue to grow. Like you've been told by the previous speakers, you are not just living with a certificate or diploma, but with the power to choose between right and wrong and to make a positive change in the world. I can assure you the world needs individuals like you who are equipped with knowledge, but we want people who have concern for others. Dishonesty and shortcuts bring about but only temporary victories. May the 25 years be marked by even greater achievements, and may the graduates continue to make their alma mater proud. Nkulisa nnyo ettendekero lino olw'okutuuka ku jjubire we y'emyaka 25. Oweekitiibwa Nakate Minisita atwala ebyenjigiriza ababuulidde nti mu nsi ento nga Uganda emirimu egitandikibwa tegitera kusukka myaka 5. Era banka y'ensi yonna egamba nti Uganda y'emu ku nsi esinga okutandikibwamu emirimu abantu ab'enjawulo basekinnoomu. Ebyembi mitono nnyo egisukka emyaka 5. Awo nno okuweza emyaka 25 tusajja kudde muyogeeyoge. Wabula tulina okutunula mu maaso, kubanga wadde tubakulisizza abalabirira ttendekero lino n'abaliddukanya. Omuganda agamba nti olweyotezo olumu tulikuliraanya balya. Ekyo kitegeeza nti gakyali mabaga, katandika butandisi, tewali kubongoota. Era tulina okweteekerateekera emyaka 10 okutuuka ku 25 egijja. Waliwo abayimbi abato abayimba omwe ebyembi yafa, radio ne wiizo ne bagamba nti ebirungi biri mu maaso, naye tulina obyetegekera. Tebigwa bugwi ng'enkuba eno eyagala otukuba kati. Nkulisa abatikkiddwa, nkulisa abazadde ababawagidde, abasoma ebyemikono baba n'obusobozi obw'enjawulo era babeera bayiiya. Kyokka kino tekitegeeza nti buli asoma ebyemikono tateekeddwa kukozesebwa. Babagamba nnyo mugende muyiye emirimu gyammwe. Nze sirowooza nti buli asoma obubazi ateekwa okutandikawo ebbajjiro, kubanga asomye ebyemikono ate naye yeetaaga okukola abo abaamusooka mu mulimu ogwo ababiinamu obumanyirivu bamusomese wali mu bbajjiro ng'avudde mu kutendekebwa. Ate ekirala, ne bwe weetandikira saluuni, bw'onoogiddukanya obulungi n'egejja, era naawe olina okukozesa abalala abaasoma ebyokwewunda, kubanga wadde wasoma ebyokwewunda gw'onookola ku bakasitoma 10 ku ssaawa y'emu. Ekitegeeza nti ebyo gamba buli mwana asome ebyemikono nti agenda ayiye byakola si kituufu. Tulina kubakubiriza kugenda kusooka kufuna bumanyirivu, okutegeera ensi bw'etambula. Era okusoma ebyemikono tekitegeeza nti tojja kukozesebwa. Tukirabye emirundi mingi abasomye ebyemikono bwe batuuka eyo balowooza nti buli kimu bakimanyi, kuba babagamba mmwe musobola okwetonderawo emirimu. Kale emisomo egy'emikono gikuwa omukisa mu by'emirimu, mu by'obuyiiya, naye mujja kukozesebwa. Era bwe muba mukozesebwa mubeere beetoowaze, mubeere beerufu, mubeere banyiikivu, mwegombe okwagala okwongera okuyiga. Nakozesaako munnamateeka omuto ne mbaako etteeka lye mwebuuzaako, n'agamba banno olaba bano baabyerabira dda bye baasoma baddukira gye tuli. Bw'otaba mwetoowaza tosobola kuyiga. Ate n'oyo akusaba amagezi tekitegeeza nti ye tagalina. Ekyamazima anoonya okuweebwa amagezi, ate emirundi egisinga obungi yasinga obugezi. Mukoppe enkola eyo ejja bajuna. Mufunye amabaluwa naye katandika butandisi. Honorable Nyombi Temba ababuulidde, bw'oba olina diploma, abaafuna digiri bo baabaki gwe wabasinga. Mulemereko wadde waliwo ebisoomooza. Tewali kintu mu nsi muntu kyafunamu nga takooye, nga tasoomoozeddwa. Njagala obbabuulira kino. Bishop Luzinda ali wano, Father Luwanga ali wano, ne Father Sekibuula avuddeyo, Kungu n'abalala bali wano. Ebitaliimu kusoomooza bya mu ggulu, bano be muwulira bamalayika ga buli eri. Naye nayo biyinza okubaayo kubanga Sitaani naye yabeerako mu ggulu, ne wamusoomooza ne bamugobayo. Kibayigirize nti obuwanguzi bwonna oyita mu kusoomoozebwa. Bw'oba oyagala bino bye bayita akaweweevu, abavubuka bagamba ali ku kaweweevu abo babbi ate omuganda agamba nti buli nsonga n'empeera omubbi agaba nangwala n'olwekyo mulemereko mube bagumiikiriza bwe mujja okuwangula mube n'amagezi agabayamba okusalawo ebikyamu ku bituufu omuntu atasalawo kikyamu ku kituufu naddala mu myaka egy'obuvubuka beebo boosanga nga beekola obusolosolo ku myaka egy'obukulu bino ebyakaweereege temubimanyi oba ebyamampaati olugero olwo si lulungi bwe waba nga waliwo abantu abakuze banaagamba nti ŋŋenderedde bbo baga nti ng'ebyegoloza omukadde gy'obeera anaawanvuwa kati oyige ebintu bye wandiise mu buvubuka bikole kati salawo ekituufu ekikyamu kireke kati ng'oli muvubuka wonoowerera emyaka gya Bishop Luzinda ensi ejja kuba ekulabawo mubeere bantu balamu nga minisita Kootida Nakate bw'abagambye era mutegeere ennyingo eziri mu buntu bulamu kambabuulire baana mmwe teri muntu yawangula nsi eno nga si muntu mulamu naye ne bw'alabibwa ng'aliko kyawangudde ensi emusunga mangu era bamukongoola bw'avaawo nga bamusongamu ennwe naye bw'abaawo bayinza okumutya awo nno mubeere bantu balamu. I congratulate all of you once again.
I'm a man, Colin, Amlen Esther, Adegeka William, Awumuza Jacqueline, Ayevale Sandra, Babila Nakindu Mariam, Balinda Paul, Basingura Festo Bagonza, Disobie Elias Michael, Yansi Samuel, Chua Daudi, Damba Agansa, Damrida Martin, Gawera Moses.
Neyanze nyo neyanze gwo mukisa okumpeereddwa erinnya eryange yenze yingini akatopita nsomye bya buzimbi era nga nkuguse naddala mukola finishing mukuzimba bricklaying n'okola okuzimba enguudo. Buganda Royal ekusomesa bulungi kubanga ekusomesa nga okwatako nekikuyamba okuyingira field nga kyogenda okukola okimanyi. Nebaza nnyo Ssaabasajja Kabaka yatandikawo ettendekero ate era nebaza ne Kabaka Foundation eyatuwa omukisa okufuna basale okujja naffe bamufuna mpola okujja okulaba nti tulina kye tweyongerako naddala nga tusoma emirimu gino egy'emikono egituyambye ennyo okweyimirizaawo ffe ng'abavubuka mu maaso awo ate era ng'ettendekero lya Bwakabaka linnyambye nnyo nga nze omuntu okulaba nti linzimbye mu bukulembeze mbadde ssentebe wa Nkobazambogo ndi kakiiko akakulembera Nkobazambogo mu ggwanga yonna kwegamba ettendekero nga ddyo linzimbye mu byensoma ate ne linzimba n'embukulembeze neyanza nnyo Ssaabasajja Kabaka olw'okutandikawo ettendekero lino. Mwebale nnyo mwebalire ddala.
Amanya n'eddoboozi muzukulu wa Luwoma Kiringi Sande Omuzirandiga nsomye kuba wa munnamawulire ng'omwami ono anzimu kujjawo interview mu mulimu gwakola. Nsooka okwebaza Ssaabasajja Kabaka empologoma ya Buganda Cuucu olw'enteekateeka eno ennuŋŋamo yateekerawo abaana ba Buganda wamu n'ebitundu ebirala byonna ettendekero lino litandikawo nga lituyambye okubaako ebimu bye tukungukamu ate n'emigaso emirala mingi gye tufunyemu ng'abantu. Okusookera ddala nganza kuguse mu by'amawulire nsobola okukwata amawulire aga kamera nsobola osoma amawulire ku mpewo nsobola okuweereza program nsobola okukola ebintu ebirala bingi ebigwa mu ttuluba eryo ery'amawulire. Kale kwesiima kwange olunaku olwaleero nti ntikkiddwa diploma yange mu mawulire era bassebo abandaba noonya mulimu era kati ndi ready okompitingira akatale k'obwannamawulire mu ggwanga lyonna. Nenebaza ne bakadde bange omwami n'omukyala Kiringi James Ssaalongo abatudde ku Mutalasingo Mutalasingo bali wano nange olwaleero ssebo naye nnyongera okubebaza olw'enteekateeka ennuŋŋamo gye bantaddemu ne banneesiga paka ku kino kye ntuuseeko. Nnyongera okwebaza BBS Telefina esobodde otambula naffe okuva ku lunaku olwasookera ddala paka essaawa zino ejja ne batugayidingamu nga ffe abaagala okusoma amawulire batuwadde omukisa enteekateeka ey'okukola nabo industry training oba ogezesa mu by'osomye. Twebaza BBS Telefina ne Engineer Patrick Sembajjo olw'enteekateeka ennungi ssebo ne bannamawulire akakuŋŋunta bannamawulire akalungi batukwata bulungi batujjako amawulire bulungi n'enteekateeka yonna nga BBS okutwaliza wamu abakozi managing director ab'amawulire bonna neyanza nnyo ssebo neyanzeege.
Amanya agange yenze Bwanika Shafik koze insomye National Diploma in Civil Engineering. Ndi musanyufu nnyo okutuuka kulino ekkula ery'Amatikkira era twebaza era nsiima nnyo Ssaabasajja Kabaka olwatyo kyatuteerawo okubeeraga naffe tusobola okubeeraga tulina bwe tutuuka. Tumwebaza nnyo n'okumpeerera kubanga nsomedde ku Kabaka Education Fund paka we mazeeko era nga ndi engineer omukokotivu. Ninakoze bulungi nnyo era najjidde mu ddaala ery'owaggulu first class. Bwanika Shafik mumunoonyeeko mu katabo.
Olunaku olwaleero nina essanyu okuba nti ndi ku matikkira aga mutabani waffe Omulangira Simbwa, mutabani wange ddala. Kiba kizzaamu amaanyi bwe tulaba nga ettendekero lino eritambulira wansi w'Obwakabaka ate mulimu n'abaana abasibukira ddala mu musaayi ogwo nga bavuddeyo ate nabo ne bajja ne batendekebwa ne bafuna obukugu. Olunaku lwayo tulutwala nga lwa njawulo ffe nga abava mu Royal Family kubanga ebirabo bino byonna ebituteereddwawo ndowooza kyandibadde kikulu naffe nga boli Omulangira ne tubeera nga tubiganyulwamu. Era njozaayoza mutabani waffe Omulangira Simbwa olw'obumalirivu, olw'okwewaayo, olw'obutatulekerera nze ne maama okulaba nti akozesezza obudde bwe wano ku ttendekero erya Buganda Royal Institute n'asobola okuwangula emisomo gye ate gy'akoze obulungi ddala. Nyongera okukubiriza ab'oli Omulangira mwenna bannanga n'amatendekero gaffe muleete abaana baffe abalangira abambejja bannaava bongere okuguka kubanga wano waliwo abakugu era tulabye ebibala bingi nnyo ebiva matendekero gano agali ku musingi gwa Ssaabasajja.
Nyingi okuba Simbwa asomye okutuuka wano eno sina nnyo bigambo bingi kuba nina essanyu lingi.
Amanya gange nze Simbwa Travis Sean era nga nkolera BBS Telefayina ng'omukwasi wa kamera. Ekinsobosezza okutuuka ku ntikko eno nti bazadde bange basobodde okumpa fees mu budde era n'olwokuba nti najja kusomera tolidde nga ndi Mulangira nga teri ya Buganda bansoosowaza nnyo era mbadde sijja gamba nti mbadde favored naye kibadde kinnyanguyira okusoma then n'okuyita. Ndi mweteefuteefu okweyongerayo kubanga muzadde wange namusanyusa nga ndina diploma yokka. Nina okweyongerayo kubanga dadde wange gy'alina PhD ate kati nze mba nduubira kumusingako. Nja bikwasaganya odde nagenda okujja wano nga nkola. Neebaza Ssaabasajja Kabaka olw'okuteerawo amatendekero nga gano. Ayi Ssaabasajja Kabaka nkweyanza olw'okuba nti wateerawo amatendekero gano kubanga kati nze nsomedde ku Lubiri Naabagereka primary, high school nenyisomera ku Lubiri high n'institute nenyisomerako wano Buganda Royal Institute. Era n'omulimu ngulina ku BBS Telefayina. Neyanza nnyo neyanze.
Amanya n'eddoboozi z'Ekimbwa wa Kenneth AKM ya MC. First of all nebaza bazadde bange basista bange bonna abambeereddewo okubanga graduate nze mawulire. Ndi musanyufu nnyo okuba kyentuuseeko kino nyavu. Era nyongera okwebaza abasomesa bange Mr. Mugwanya, Madam Sylvia nengatako ne Ssaabasajja Kabaka awo omukisa buli omu atasosola mawanga ne bajja ne basomera no ku Buganda Royal. Oluva wano eno tugenda kunyumirwamu ng'ewaka ku byempisemu byonna kulya mmere paka kuwulira bubi kyekiriwo.
Amanya n'eddoboozi bampita Kinene Muhammad nga neesiimye nnyo okulabira ddala nga ndi ku BBS Telefayina eyaffe. Mu kaseera nga kano nga tutikkiddwa nsanyuse nnyo okulaba nga nfunye diploma mu mawulire kubanga Mukama yannyamba nze omu ku batikkiddwa naye nga ninawo ku mulimu era nga guli mu media. Kyenkubiriza Abaganda baffe mwenna abakyasoma mubeere nga munyiikira okusoma kubanga tosomera muzaddewo gwe kennyini gwe yeesomera kubanga oyinza otuuka ekiseera ng'otikkiddwa naye nga muzaddewo taliiwo ate n'ebintu byonna ebingi gwe by'ofunye nga omaze okutikkirwa muzaddewo ayinza obutabiganyulwamu. N'olwekyo Baganda bange mwenna abakyasoma munyiikire nnyo okulaba nga musoma mulabe nga mutuuka kukkula nga naffe gye tutuuseeko.
Erinnya eryange nze Nalugo Joan nga nsomedde ku Buganda Royal Institute of Business Technical and Vocational Institute e Mengo. Nsomye fashion and design naye ndi musanyufu nnyo kuba mazeeko koosi eno era nga nsuubira okwongerako era wano eno kuba essomero ddungi nnyo Kabaka atuwadde ebizimbe ebirungi Mulondo kwegamba tuwulira bulungi olwa Kabaka byatukoledde.